Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. So the class today is a really nice, slow, gentle, restoring class. It's restorative yoga. So often when you do restorative yoga, there's often lots of props that are needed, such as bolsters, pillows, blocks. But this is going to be a nice sequence that all you're going to need is a blanket. So it doesn't have to be a yoga blanket, any blanket. And once you've got that, grab it, come down to the mat, and then we're going to start off lying down on the floor. And what we're going to do with the blanket is we're going to allow the blanket just to be folded so that I'll show you, then you know what you're doing. So when you come down to the floor, we're going to come all the way down. The legs are going to be bent, knees up towards the sky, and you're going to place your blanket across the front of the belly area. So it's nice if you've got kind of a bit of a heavy blanket as well. So what you want to try and feel is some nice weight that's going to release down into the belly. And then with the arms, we're either going to, if you've got room, which I haven't got quite room, you're going to take the arms out to a T shape, so shoulder high. You can have the palms just facing up, or if it felt a better option, you can always bend the arms. Just adjust the spine if you need to. And then allowing yourself, maybe just taking that slight tuck in of the chin so that the neck stays nice and long. And these poses that we're going to hold today are going to be thinking about how we can relax and soften into the body. And they're very restoring. So if you've found that you've been really busy lately, if you've had lots to do, if you've been stressed, if you've been anxious, if you find that the mind is very busy, a sequence like this is very restoring. It sometimes often gives us a lot more energy, maybe the next day, or maybe allows for a better sleep, so that benefits in a really good way. So just allow your back to relax from here, let your face soften. Feeling the gentle openness of your palms. And just feeling where your blanket is placed on the belly. Just feel that has a very soothing feeling. Feeling the weight of it. And then begin to be aware of your breath. So just watching it first of all, checking in, starting to allow the mind and the breath to start to slow down, and of course the body as well. And when we can cultivate all these things, slowing down the mind, the body, the breath, it has a really powerful effect and will help to calm you, help to restore you. Just take a moment to breathe in and out through the nose. And as you do so, try to feel that gentle rise and fall of the belly. And you might even be tuning in, feeling it more with the aid of the prop of the blanket on the belly. Just feel the calmness, feel everything slowing down. Feel really in tune with this breath. And when we can take the breath lower down into this lower part of the belly, it's a very calming breath. So it helps us to release any stress that we might be feeling right now. If you're an anxious person, then that's a good type of breathing that is going to help us reset the nervous system. I'm going to just spend a few more moments here. And then when you're ready, Slowly allowing yourself to release out of that position. So we're going to use the blanket again. We're going to be doing some more stuff lying down. So you can fold the blanket a little bit more if you need to, so it's a little bit higher. You're going to place it ready over the right side. We're going to extend out our legs from here. And then your right leg's going to bend again. And we're going to open your knee out to the side. So the sole of the foot comes in towards the leg. And you're going to place your blanket to support underneath your knee and the front of the thigh, so that we can really relax into that right side of the hip. And your choice, you might place your hands onto the belly from here, or the arms might be resting down by the sides of the body. And then with your left leg, we're going to just totally let that relax. So the restorative yoga is more about letting go of the body, really relaxing more, and using your props to support you more. So we're going to spend a few minutes here just softening, letting go into that right hip. Allow your eyes to close, or if you're never comfortable closing the eyes, a soft gaze is absolutely fine. And again, you can just focus on your breath from here. You might be aware of how your right side of the body is feeling, how that right hip is feeling. There's always one side of the body that feels a little bit tighter than the other side. So just simply being aware of that. And focus again on just really nice, slow, calm, gentle breaths, where we're encouraging the rest of the body to relax. That lengthened leg is just staying relaxed. There's no work that needs to be done in the leg. We're using our support, our prop, to just really let go into it. So there's no effort at all. It's more a sense of about how we're able to surrender and let go. Just spend a few more moments being with that right side, allowing that right hip to open up. And then when you're ready, slowly coming out of that posture, so bending the legs, both feet on the floor, and you're going to pick up your blanket and take it over to the left side. So the right leg's going to extend this time. We're going to open out that hip, so foot can either come higher up on the leg, or it can either come lower down, depending on what's right, and support the blanket to where it feels that support needs to be. And once you've found that position, then again, just relax into that side. So this time we're working towards opening up into the left side of the hip. The hands can either rest on the lower belly, or the legs, or the hips, or they can rest down by the sides. Wherever they are, just try to encourage the arms and the hands to soften and relax. So it's often seen as a harder practice when we do something where we actually slow down. The mind is often not used to this. And we often push ourselves in our everyday, whether it's multitasking, whether it's not actually relaxing when we think that we're relaxing. Maybe the mind stays active, maybe we're still thinking of something else. So this is the chance now that we can really focus on surrendering, letting go, releasing, relaxing into the physical body. We're working to gently open the left side of the body now. We're being aware of the support that's underneath that leg. Really letting that weight of the knee, just gently take that support so we are able to let go. We're just going to focus now on the breath and create a calmness and a sense of ease with the breath. So it's not strained, the breath. You're just breathing in and out and feeling the calmness of the breath and how that allows us to relax a little bit more. So when you're ready, we'll slowly release out of that position. So you can release the blanket, you can bend the knees and hug the knees in towards the chest, shoulders nice and relaxed, and just pause there for a moment. Maybe already that feels really nice on the hips from those gentle, supported hip openers, encouraging us what it feels like to surrender and relax a bit more. So we're going to do one more posture on the floor. And this time we're going to take the blanket behind us and make it so that it's maybe a little bit higher, so that it's going to be there to support the arms. And we're going to come into a side bend stretch, a banana position. So you might need to adjust the body so that when you come onto it, the arms are supported. So the legs are lengthened from here, and the arms are going to raise behind so that the hands are supported on your blanket. And then we're going to start to walk your feet over towards the right side. So bit by bit, keeping the bottom still onto the floor. We can lift up slightly as well with the top body, and we can move the blanket as well. So that moves slightly over towards the right side. And then if it works from here, you take your right hand and take hold of your left wrist. And you can support, release, move your blanket in a bit closer if you need to, so that the arms feel really nice and supported. So you just get a gentle stretch to that left side of the body. And it's up to you how you work the posture. So you can either keep your legs exactly where they are, or it might feel a nice option to cross your left leg over your right leg from here. We're going to spend a minute or so just enjoying that really nice side bend stretch. And often when we do this, sometimes it might feel a little bit tight in the arms and the shoulders. So using our prop today allows the top body just to relax a little bit more. So when we work into a side bend stretch, that automatically creates more openness, more awareness, allows the energy to flow a little bit more freely. So what we're going to do is just stay here and breathe. You might take more awareness into that left side of the body while you're in that position, feeling how the lungs can open up a little bit more. Feeling that stretch, easing any tension, any tightness away, especially from that left side of the body. I'm going to stay here just a few more moments. And then slowly start to release. You can uncross that foot, come back to the centre. And then we can take the blanket slightly over towards the left side. We'll take the arms again behind us. This time you're going to start to walk your feet over towards the left side. You might lift up the arms slightly and move yourself so you move over to that left side, a bit like a banana shape that you're creating. And use your blanket so that you ease into a really nice position from here, so that the arms and shoulders are supported more. And you can take your left hand this time, taking hold of the right wrist, and just, you're not forcing anything, just easing more into that stretch, into that right side of the body. And you can keep the legs where they are, or you can cross your right foot over your left if that felt appropriate. You might just be comfortable keeping the feet exactly where they are. And then trying to relax into that area from here. And you might take your focus more into your right side of the body so that you breathe into that stretch that you're creating on that right side of the body. Taking some really good long, slow breaths. Feeling that you're waking up some energy into that right side of the body. You're creating more space for yourself to breathe in the lungs. You're maybe even releasing any tension, any tightness that you're feeling in that right side of the body. Just a couple more breaths from here. And then nice and slowly walking your feet back, walk the hands back. You can release the arms, you can start to bend the legs. You can hug the knees in towards the chest, taking a gentle rock from side to side. And then rolling over onto the right side of the body. Let yourself come up from here. And then once you're up, you're going to come into an all fours position. We're going to walk into a puppy pose. You might find that the blanket is going to help you here. You can always take it out in front. So puppy pose is you're going to walk forward from here. You might even get that blanket in so that you can allow your head to rest on the floor. If you don't need the blanket, then just release the blanket. You might prefer to take your head to the floor today. You might be bending the arms more if that doesn't feel right. And you're just going to be supported in this position, allowing your back of the body to gently release from here. Feeling that you're easing any tension, any tightness away from the back part of the body. Feeling a really nice softness around your forehead with a bit of extra support. Maybe with a blanket or maybe just with your head on the floor. You're going to spend a few moments just breathing from here. And then nice and slowly walking yourself back up. We're going to come into a child's position. So you might like to use your blanket from here. You can roll it up a little bit as if it was a bit of a mini bolster. You can come down to the floor and you might separate the knees. You can turn your cheek out to one side so the head turns to one side first of all to get a really nice release into the neck. Nice long slow breaths from here. And feeling the comfort of your support. Just do whatever feels right for the hands, whatever feels good. Just going with that. And it's good for the back, good nice gentle opening for your hips. And then when you're ready, just turning your head to the other side. So turning your cheek. Softening your shoulders, just totally releasing and letting go. Just focus on calm breaths as we feel the slow and the gentle calmness of the poses and the breath. Staying there just for a couple more moments longer. And then slowly coming back, you can slowly walk your hands back from here. And then taking our legs out, you're going to lengthen out your legs. And we're going to come into a nice restorative style forward fold. So you're going to take your blanket and place it underneath your legs from here. So you've got a really nice release for your legs. And then just being careful of the back, you can start to slowly come forward from here. You can let your legs release today. If you did need to support the head, if you did have anything handy, you can always use a block or something to support the head. Letting the eyes close, nice, long, slow breaths. Feeling some gentle opening up around the backs of the legs. Feeling a nice release around your back. Feeling a gentle stretch taking place in the lower back. And feeling a nice release maybe around your upper back as well, as we create a little bit of space. Just think about calm breaths. Try to let the belly relax as you just breathe. And then slowly lifting up, coming all the way up. We're going to fold the blanket again so that it's got a little bit of height to it. We're going to keep it to the right side. We're going to roll all the way down to the floor. And then we're going to find a supported twist from here. So the arms are going to be out to a T shape or cactus the arms. There's a couple of ways you can work this. So you could lift the legs and you could roll yourself over and be supported with your blanket in that position, or some of us might like to take the support in between the knees and you adjust your hips as much as you need to. So find something that's going to work in that position for you. And then if it feels comfortable, allow your head to slowly turn towards the left side. So feeling that when we use supports in the restorative yoga, we can relax a little bit more. We can let go of any tension, any tightness. Just stay in a few more breaths on that side. And then slowly come back to the centre with your head and the knees. You can take your prop over to the other side. You might like to shift your hips over towards the right side first of all, and then finding your twist, whether it's taking your knees on your support or whether it's taking the blanket in between the knees, and then opening out the arms. And once you feel comfortable in that twist, letting yourself be still, you can turn your head so that you gaze over towards that right side. Nice long, slow breaths. And just let yourself just focus on the breaths while you're here. The breath is always seen, it's our anchor. It's our place that always draws us back to being present and being calm. Just the last few breaths from here. And then slowly let your heads come back to the centre, releasing the blanket, and take your legs bent again. And like we did at the beginning of the class, take the blanket again over the front of the body, taking the arms out to a nice T shape. And you can either have the knees up to the sky, you can always take your knees a bit wider, feet a bit wider, and take your knees in towards each other if that felt a better option to release the back. And just take a few moments encouraging the back to release as you breathe. Allowing ourselves to feel the rise and fall of the breath. Feeling the comfort of the blanket and maybe feeling the weight of that support. Feeling in that short practice that you've calmed yourself, you've restored yourself. You've allowed yourself to open up to more energy just by being slow, being supported, and simply being with the breath. Just release the blanket and then bending our knees and hugging the knees in towards the chest. Taking a just gentle rock from side to side. And then rolling yourself over towards the right side. You might lengthen the arm out just for a moment to feel a little bit of support. And then in your own time, slowly ease up to an easy seated position. Take a moment to just sit up nice and tall. Take an inhale, raise the arms above the head, bringing the palms together. And as you breathe out, bring your hands back in towards your chest. Take a very soft bow down towards the hands. And feeling ourselves move towards a calmer, peaceful state of being. Let your eyes slowly blink open. And inhale, lift your head, lift your heart. Namaste. I hope that you feel more calmer and more restored.